You ever heard that sudden, sharp pain in the belly that stops you dead in your tracks? Like a lightning bolt ripping through your side, so fierce it makes you gasp for air? That's not just discomfort. That's a warning. A red flag your body throws up because something inside is screaming for help. Picture this: a man in his late 50s sitting quietly at breakfast. Suddenly he clutches his side, his face contorts. "Not again," he mutters. His wife rushes in. "Should I call a doctor?" she asks. But he shakes his head, brushing it off as indigestion. Hours later, he's doubled over, writhing in pain. The ER lights flash. The words come, "Gallstones." A diagnosis that changes everything. Gallstones, tiny hard deposits lurking in your gallbladder, seem harmless at first, but they can strike like a trap, shutting down your life for days. And here's what many don't realize: the food you eat every day can either fan the flames or put out the fire. I want you to stop right now and think, how many times have you felt that dull ache after a meal? Ignored it? It's just gas, you told yourself. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's your gallbladder waving a white flag. Why does this matter? Because gallbladder attacks aren't just pain. They're a signal your body is out of balance. And ignoring them, that can lead to bigger problems. Inflammation, infections, even surgery. Imagine that, a simple meal turning into a medical emergency. And don't be fooled by age or health myths. Gallstones don't discriminate. They sneak up quietly, especially on those who think, "I'm healthy enough." I know a woman, Maria, 62, who thought she was invincible. "I never had a problem before," she said. Until one night the pain hit so hard she called an ambulance. One scan later, gallstones. Her diet was packed with hidden triggers. Sound familiar? Now, here's the kicker. Most advice on gallstones is confusing. Avoid fat. Eat light. But what does that even mean? And what can you eat without risking another attack? That's the million-dollar question, because the truth is, your gallbladder doesn't hate fat. It hates the wrong fat. It hates the foods that clog and inflame. And it loves the ones that heal. So if you want to protect yourself, if you want to live without that stabbing pain ruining your days, this is where it starts. Not with medicines or surgery, but with food. Simple, safe, nourishing food that calms your gallbladder instead of provoking it. Stay with me. Because what you're about to learn isn't just diet tips. It's a lifeline, a way to reclaim your body and your days. You're going to meet someone who's been there. You'll understand exactly what's happening inside you, and you'll get the keys to a diet that's gentle yet powerful. This isn't just about avoiding pain. It's about thriving, feeling strong, living fully. So don't blink. This story is for you. There's something about John's story that hits close to home. John is 58, retired from a long career as a mechanic, and a grandfather of 3 who adores his Saturday morning pancakes with the grandkids. A good man, hardworking, full of life. But underneath that easy smile, John was battling something quietly: his diet. See, John loved comfort food, fried chicken, creamy sauces, buttery toast. He swore by his morning black coffee: no sugar, no milk, just pure, bitter fuel. "Keeps me sharp," he'd say. But over the years, those meals started to come with a price. It began subtly: a little discomfort after dinner, a bloated feeling that he ignored, blaming it on getting older. Then came the sharper pains, stabbing near his right ribs. Sometimes they hit at night, waking him in sweat and fear. He brushed it off again. "Just indigestion," he told his wife. But the truth was catching up with him. One Sunday, after a greasy breakfast, the pain exploded. John doubled over, gasping for breath. His wife drove him to the ER, the same hospital where he fixed cars for years. The diagnosis hit like a hammer: gallstones blocking his bile flow. Surgery was recommended. John was stunned. "Me? Surgery? I'm too young for this," he said. But it wasn't just the pain or the surgery. It was the shock that food he loved, his comfort, his habit, could betray him like this. That's when John decided, enough. No more ignoring the signs, no more silent suffering. He started reading, learning, questioning. What foods hurt his gallbladder? Which ones helped? He discovered how the wrong fats and sugars turned his gallbladder into a ticking time bomb. John began small, swapped fried chicken for grilled fish, butter for olive oil. Coffee? He cut it down, replaced some cups with herbal teas. Not easy at first. I missed my morning jolt, he admitted. But the relief was almost immediate. Less pain, more energy. Nights without the stabbing wake-up calls. 6 months later, John is different. His gallbladder still whispers, but it's calm now. He's found a simple, safe diet that fits his life. Real food, no gimmicks, no magic pills. Just smart choices. John's story isn't just about avoiding surgery, it's about reclaiming joy, family breakfasts without fear, walking in the park without discomfort, living free. And here's the truth. John's not special. This path is open to everyone who listens. You don't have to be a mechanic or a doctor. You just have to care enough to change. Because what John learned, you can learn too. So ask yourself, are you ready to meet your own John moment? To turn the page from pain to power? Because the next chapter is about understanding your body and the foods that either hurt or heal your gallbladder. Imagine your gallbladder as a tiny storage tank, no bigger than a small pear, nestled right under your liver. Its job? To hold bile, a powerful digestive juice that breaks down fats from your food. Think of bile like dish soap for your greasy pan. Without it, your body would struggle to digest fat properly. Simple, right? Now, here's where things get tricky. When the bile gets too thick or unbalanced, it's like pouring sticky syrup into that little tank. Over time, those thick bits start to clump together. They harden. They become gallstones, little troublemakers that can block the flow, causing sharp stabbing pain when your body tries to digest a fatty meal. Why does bile get thick in the first place? It's about chemistry inside your body. Cholesterol, bile salts, and waste products need to stay balanced. When cholesterol levels rise or bile salts drop, the bile turns cloudy, like a shaken-up jar of muddy water. That's the perfect storm for stones to form. Picture this. You pour oil and water in a jar and shake it. For a moment, everything mixes, but then the oil separates, floats on top. Your gallbladder's bile works the same way. Too much cholesterol? The oil starts separating, making sludge and stones. And here's another surprise. Diet matters hugely. Eating heavy, fatty meals floods your system with cholesterol. But skipping meals or fasting too long? That's a trap too. Your gallbladder sits idle, bile thickens, sludge forms, stones develop. The body likes rhythm. Regular meals help keep bile flowing smoothly. Your gallbladder also contracts when you eat, squeezing out bile to digest fat. If it's not moving enough, thanks to unhealthy eating or sedentary habits, bile pools and thickens. Think of it like a stagnant pond. Still water breeds trouble. There's more. Some foods cause your liver to produce more cholesterol, adding fuel to the fire. Others inflame your bile ducts, causing irritation that invites stones to form. Add to this mix stress, genetics, and age, and suddenly your tiny gallbladder faces a battlefield. But it's not all doom and gloom. Imagine the gallbladder as a delicate ecosystem, balanced and alive. Feed it right. Keep bile flowing, and stones stay away. That's why what you eat isn't just calories or flavor. It's the difference between pain and peace. So next time you think about your meals, remember, every bite sends a message to your gallbladder. Will it thank you, or will it send pain shooting through your ribs? The science is clear, but it's also simple. Balance your fats, keep bile moving, and protect that tiny but mighty organ inside you. Let me tell you about Anna. She used to start her mornings with a strong black coffee, empty stomach, just to wake up, she'd say. But Anna's gallbladder wasn't a fan. One day, after her usual cup, a sharp pain hit her like a punch to the ribs. I didn't connect the dots, she admitted later, but the lesson was clear. Coffee on an empty stomach can trigger gallbladder attacks. Why? Because caffeine makes your gallbladder contract suddenly, and if it's irritated, that spasm turns into pain. Anna switched to herbal teas in the morning and felt the difference within days. That small change stopped the surprise attacks. Your first tip: no coffee or strong caffeine first thing. Warm herbal tea, water with lemon, anything gentle to wake your system without shock. Now meet Mark. Mark loved his fried snacks, the crunch, the comfort. But every time he indulged, the pain followed. One evening, after a greasy burger, he ended up in the ER, clutching his side. The doctor told him, "It's not just about fat, it's about type of fat." Trans fats and deep-fried foods cause bile thickening and inflammation. Mark began swapping fried for baked, oily fish instead of fried chicken, and added avocado and nuts for good fats. Months later, his gallbladder attacks became rare. The second tip: choose healthy fats. Olive oil, nuts, fish. These fats soothe your gallbladder instead of provoking it. Lastly, there's Sarah, a busy retiree who often skipped meals because she was too busy. But her gallbladder didn't like the fasting. "Skipping meals was my worst mistake," she said. The gallbladder needs regular signals to contract and release bile. Without meals, bile pools and thickens, setting the stage for stones. Sarah started eating small, frequent meals, simple, balanced, and timed. Her energy improved, and the gallbladder pain faded. The third tip: don't skip meals. Regular, balanced eating keeps your bile flowing, your gallbladder healthy. Each of these stories isn't just advice. It's proof that small changes can make a huge difference. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just listen to your body. Give your gallbladder the care it deserves. The pain can stop. The freedom can start. Look, I want you to take a deep breath. Feel that? It's the first step toward change, toward relief, toward a life where your gallbladder no longer controls your day. You've heard the stories. You've seen the science. But this is more than information. It's an invitation to listen to your body, to respect its signals, to choose foods that heal instead of harm. This isn't about restriction or sacrifice. It's about freedom. Freedom from pain. Freedom to enjoy meals without fear. Freedom to wake up with energy and go through your day with strength. Remember John, Anna, Mark, Sarah, people just like you. They found their way back, not through pills or fancy diets, but through simple, powerful choices. Choices you can make too. Imagine your next meal as a gift, a moment to nourish, to care, to protect the tiny but mighty gallbladder inside you. Imagine the difference it will make when pain no longer interrupts your laughter or your plans. This is your moment, your chance to take control, to live fully, vibrantly, without the shadow of gallbladder pain hanging over you. You don't have to wait for an emergency. You don't have to accept discomfort as just part of aging. This is your body, your life, your power. So start small. Start now. A cup of herbal tea instead of coffee, a fresh salad instead of fried, a regular meal instead of skipping. Step by step, day by day, you're rewriting your story. And I promise, your gallbladder will thank you. Your body will thank you. And most importantly, you will thank yourself. Because the best health isn't a secret or a miracle. It's a choice. A simple, brave choice. And it begins with you. Go on. Take that step. Your future self is waiting.